Hello, and welcome to the longest days of the year. We just hit summer solstice yesterday, and so we are getting blasted with the most amount of light that we will get at this in the northern hemisphere this entire year. With all of this light coming in is lots of new energy, lots of upgrades. So let's pull a few cards. Let's see what's coming up for people. So the two decks we're going to be pulling from today, from Whispers of the Ocean Oracle cards, and then also from Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians. Let's start with our Ocean card. Alright, let's see what's coming out of the Ocean. Whispers of the Ocean Oracle cards. Alright. You show me message number 1. You show me message number 2. Alright, you show me message number 3. Pulling some divine assistance from gods, goddesses, and guardians. Clear. All right, babies. Who has a message for me with card number 1? Who has support that they can give with message number 1? This one. What support do you have for message number 2 near the top? Alright. And then who is showing up to assist with message number 3? All right. So we've got pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. So let's take a look at our cards, starting with group number 1. All right. We've got the Rediscover Your Zeal card, along with the Leah, Stand Your Ground card. Group number 2, we've got Leaping Through the Air, and this is showing up with Sedna. Group number 3, we have Dancing in the Rainbow, showing up with Inanna, Believe in Yourself. Let's chat about what these mean. So, Rediscover Your Zeal. This card is really all about remembering what lights you up, what drives you, what brings joy into your life, what brings fulfillment into your life. If you've been kind of stuck in a little bit of a rut, if you've been feeling just the mundaneness of day-to-day life, of working a job, of chores, of parenting, all of the things that we tackle as humans, this is a reminder that you are not just here to suffer. You are not just here to work. You are here to enjoy things. You are here to really remember what lights you up and to let yourself spend time and energy doing those things. So this is about opening yourself to learning. This is about relighting that fire within you, letting yourself really tap back into the energies and the events, the activities that bring you so much joy. This is about letting your passion be relit. So if you haven't taken a vacation for a while and that's something that recharges you, do that. If you haven't let yourself get into nature, allow yourself to really spend that time to reground yourself. This card is also about realizing that if you want to shake things up in your life, if you're creating important change, whether that's looking for a new job, a new relationship, a new hobby, then this is really about letting yourself reconnect with what your talents are, with what your gifts are, what your passions are, and letting yourself kind of follow that vibration, that energy of joy to take you to where it is that you want to find yourself. So the other card that's coming up is this goddess Leah. And she is a goddess that helps you stand your ground and helps you really take up your own space. This is a goddess that reminds you that you are not just here to be a martyr. You are not just here to sacrifice yourself. You are here to have your own experience. And so if you are so used to putting other people's needs before your own, if you're so used to, taking care of everyone else, but you often don't take that time to take care of yourself, and this is a remembrance that you deserve to experience joy. You deserve to have your cup filled, and letting yourself treat yourself with that grace and with that gentleness that you show to the entire world. And the combination of these two cards working together is really all about if you have been losing yourself in the lives of others, if you have been losing yourself in the to-do list or the things that you have to get done, this is about getting off the hamster wheel. This is about taking a breath to just be with yourself, taking some time to do things that just bring in joy and excitement into your life. And these can be big things or these can be little things. Like I talked about, if you haven't been on a vacation for a while and it's time, let yourself take that trip. If you don't have the opportunity to or the funds to or whatever, it doesn't have to be a big thing either. It can just be letting yourself do something that is silly or do something that you haven't done for a long time. Maybe even just watch your favorite movie, dance to your favorite album. Really just finding those small moments to really relight that passion so that you are actually letting yourself enjoy life. Let's move on to card number 2. So the first thing that is coming up is this leaping in the air. And there's a flying fish that's on this card, and although flying fish don't spend a considerable amount of time in the air, they're mostly in the ocean. What this is talking about is that sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to step into new territory to kind of bring about that newness of energy and shift things up so that you can make the distance in the forward momentum that you are working on. This is a card that reminds you that if you are embarking on big plans right now, if you're working on creating something big, keep going. Oftentimes we don't get to see the instant manifestation of those things being brought to us, and it can be kind of frustrating or we feel that impatience. But this card is a reminder that, if there's work that you've been putting on the back burner, things that you just haven't wanted to do, let yourself take care of those things and do what you need to do so that the universe can come in, your spirit team can come in and just work with you to put these plans fully into motion. So don't procrastinate, letting yourself do what needs to be done. But guess what? There's also a message that if you've already done everything that you need to do, then don't do anything. I mean, keep those wheels spinning, but oftentimes when we're working on manifesting things, we'll work so hard and we'll be putting in all of the effort that we think we need to do, and it's still not showing up, and it's still not showing up, and it's still not showing up. And so we get freaked out a little bit, or we get impatient, or it's like, oh no, I wasn't manifesting right, or oh no, I didn't do something right. And so we double up on our effort and we keep working harder and harder and harder, when in reality, manifesting is this beautiful dance that happens between us and spirit. And if you are trying to do everything, if you're trying to make everything happen, if you're trying to let everything line up, then it's not going to work out, because a lot of those big, beautiful things that we're working on manifesting, it takes that divine intervention. It takes that us working hand in hand with spirit to bring about those things. So if you are spinning your wheels and you're like, I've done everything that I can do, there's nothing more that I can do, then what you're supposed to do at that point is just relax, just trust, call in that assistance, and let yourself really believe that it is already on its way to you. You have already put those things in motion. Get out of your own way. Don't create more limitations or more blocks that don't need to be there. Let yourself relax into that sense of trust and letting yourself work with your spirit team to help bring those things about. And leaping through the air is coming up with the goddess Sedna, and she is an Inuit goddess. And what I love about the Inuit way of life is that they live in some of the harshest conditions. They live in, very, very cold winter landscapes. And yet they are always able to tap into what is at their disposal, their own environment, and they're always provided for. And the message with this is realizing that, as you're looking at the barren wasteland or the supposed barren wasteland that is your life, you may not be seeing those opportunities for abundance, or you may be not tapping into all of the means that you have to take care of yourself. But if you trust, if you let yourself delve below the surface a little bit, there is that abundance that's already there. It's already ready for you to tap in. So this is about really letting go of scarcity mentality. This is about realizing that there is enough abundance, there is enough energy on this planet to sustain everyone that is here. And so trusting that what you need is coming into you and allowing spirit to bring you that bounty. It says there's a never-ending flow of divine energy that creates all your practical provisions: money, water, food, shelter, air to breathe. The same universal wellspring delivers unseen nurturance such as support, kindness, time, and love. If you are feeling lack right now, if maybe you're struggling financially, or you're finding you don't have enough time, you don't have enough energy, one of the most powerful ways to shift that and to get out of that scarcity mentality is to really delve into the energy of gratitude, seeing all that you have, seeing the abundance that already exists around you. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, let yourself really focus on the abundance that you already possess within you. And what that does is it shifts your perspective so that instead of bringing about more lack, because whatever we give our attention to and our energy to, that's what we're creating more of. And if you're giving your attention and energy to all of the ways that you're prospering, all of the abundance that you already have, then it's going to be really easy for spirit to be like, oh, they love abundance, let's give them more of that. So letting yourself know and trust that you are being taken care of, believing and knowing that the universe is conspiring in your favor, things are working out, things are happening. Sometimes before those physical manifestations come about, there's a lot of behind the work scenes that needs to happen first, and that's where you're at right now. So maintain the vision of what you're creating. Let yourself know that that is already on its way to you, and trust that spirit is working in divine timing to bring that about in a way that not only serves you, but serves the highest good of all. Now let's look at this third group. So we have this beautiful Dancing in the Rainbow card with Inanna, who is a beautiful goddess that really helps us embrace who we are, believe in all of our own divinity, and really step into the creators that we are. So this Dancing in the Rainbow, it feels like the energy of these two cards, and if you can just see, there's just a dolphin that's just playing and frolicking in this rainbow energy. And this is really all about letting yourself break out of the stagnancy that you're in right now. It feels like these cards specifically are talking about thought patterns. And so if you're finding yourself in kind of a vicious cycle with how you're perceiving yourself, how you're talking to yourself, the words that you're telling yourself, if you maybe aren't being so kind to yourself, if you maybe are stuck in those cycles of low self-worth or low self-esteem, this is just a remembrance that you are a facet of the divine. You are an extension of that God, goddess, creator, source energy, which means that you essentially are absolutely the divine. And to allow yourself to believe anything less than that is just an illusion. So, especially if you're a very empathic person, especially if you're a sensitive person, maybe if you have individuals in your social circle, in your family, in your life that are maybe feeding those feelings of insecurity, that are maybe like giving you a backhanded compliment, where it's like it's a compliment and a put down at the same time, and that's kind of messing with your brain. This is that realization of like just let go of all of those insecurities, let go of the projections of others, and allow yourself to really feel all of your own divinity. Allow yourself to tap into your own inner voice and listen to what is sparking your joy, to tap into the dance of your own soul, and to bring about that happiness that comes with it. It says this card tells you that no matter where you go or what you do, your optimistic and glowing energy will follow you and bring you joy and happiness. You charm others because you can always see the bright side and you bring attention to other people's lives. This beautiful, loving ability will get you through the tough times and will help you to succeed. Expand and be willing to express who you are and what you stand for. Shine love on those that you care about. And I feel like what this is really talking about is understanding that, you know, you are a light and a bright person. You are just showing and shimmering that energy of self-love, of self-acceptance and self-knowledge. And, you know, sometimes when you're shining a light in some very dark spaces, that can attract some moths to the flame. And sometimes as empaths and sometimes as energy workers, as we're putting ourselves out there, sometimes we can receive some of that less desirable energy back. And in all honesty, that is those individuals' projections of their own insecurities, their own fears, their own sense of lack, or their own shortcoming that they are then projecting onto you. And the best thing that you can do is just see it for what it is and don't absorb it. Allow yourself to repeat that phrase that we said in grade school of I am rubber, you are glue, it bounces off me and sticks to you. Really just don't let yourself absorb any of that negative self-talk, any of that self-deprecation, any of those feelings of low self-esteem or low self-worth. Let yourself value who you are. Let yourself really feel all of your own divinity and all of your own awesomeness. And Inanna is stepping up to help you express that as well. And it's beautiful, as you can kind of see in this picture. She's also taking a stance like she is in the middle of a dance. And so where this is coming up with that dancing in the rainbow card, there's definitely a really strong message of just not taking anything too serious. Letting yourself dance, letting yourself go with the flow of life. If you're feeling a lot of heavy energy, if you're feeling a lot of self-doubt, you can throw on your favorite track or your favorite album and just imagine that you're shaking it off. Just imagine that every step that you're taking is helping to break up that energy, and it's helping to discharge that and release it from your energetic systems. It says, Inanna is taking you on a healing journey into the great below of your ignored and denied dreams. There are many riches gleaming within you, Inanna whispers with a knowing smile. Journey with me into the underworld of your self-doubt. Let go of every belief that says you're unworthy or incapable. Suppressing your creative desires can manifest as a chronic malaise, a gray cloud over your head that just won't shift. This is because the longing to share your light is a part of your sacred contract to the goddess. There's something you've been passionately wanting now, but you've been keeping the desire pushed down so far. Don't do this anymore. Believe in your ability to build this beautiful, sacred creation. So letting yourself feel your divinity, letting go of self-criticism, letting go of self-doubt, allowing in the energy of forgiveness when you do find that you are falling into those cycles of negative self-talk, of just stopping yourself in your tracks, seeing it for what it is, understanding that it's an old pattern, and realizing that you are completely capable of reprogramming that belief system, that way of perceiving yourself, to really view yourself through the eyes of the divine, and allow yourself to see all of your beauty, all of the goodness that you put out into the world. I hope you liked this little reading. If you are an individual that you would like some more energy work or a deeper, in-depth personal reading, I do have sessions available either in person or online. Feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to work with you further. I hope that you have a beautiful day. Enjoy the rest of your week and enjoy this incredible summer season. Love you so much.